Okay, so in terms of our monies here, we don't have much. So I believe there is still an upgrade that we've not yet purchased here. I think we were saying it was something like sniper rifle damage, which is probably at or near the bottom of our priority list, at least when it comes to the non-gear upgrades. Just because snipers are basically the only weapon type that we can't use. So we might just pass on that for now, and I'm not even sure we could afford it even if we wanted to. So, I mean, we'll take a quick check just to verify, but I'm fairly certain we couldn't get it even if we wanted to, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a fair bit more expensive than we can afford right now. We don't have much. We spent almost all of our monies on that defenses upgrade from Ilium, and I think that was very much worth it. That one, much more relevant for us, was what, like 50% additional barriers? We got like 25 extra shields, rather 25 extra barriers. I think it's from this guy. Let's see, so armor, yeah, sniper rifle damage. It is way more expensive than we can afford. Yeah, the rest is armor, stabilization gauntlets. Okay, also armor. Yeah, so I know we purchased everything from Ken Salvage. Just double check with Parrots, but I think we might have got everything we wanted here. There was the thing that increases the amount of hack time we have. More armor as well. Yeah, this hack module. We've, for the most part, gotten by with our default amount of hacking, but every once in a while we run into a tough one, and it just doesn't work out so well for us, but, you know, for the most part, we've been making do. So I think we're fine here. It is mostly, as we were saying, that sniper rifle damage upgrade, which is not that important to us. We could certainly do without. The end is nigh. You are correct. Let's see. So I think that's all we're looking to do here for the time being on Ilium. This was, of course, previously where Ish was, but after finishing that quest for Ish's packages, where we talked to Anto, one of Arya's guards, we heard in the quest log that apparently no one has seen or heard from Ish since, and, well, so he is not here where he once was. So let's go back and get stuck on the wall. Alright, so, now that we are done with that one, I think what I'd like to do here, since we've done, I mean, a few big quests there, we could start to do some more minor things. I mean, I suppose we did do a couple of very minor things. Finishing up this little package, the Batarian Bartender, and then one more that we did really recently, right? I mean, packages for Ish. So, maybe, in that case, we start to head over to do Garrus and Thane's loyalty missions on the Citadel. They are both based on the Citadel. Either that, or we do a little bit more exploration, because it's also been a little while since we last looked around the galaxy a bit. Maybe it's time to do a little bit of that. Let's see. So, let's head away from you, Omega. Let's load up a bit more on fuel, because I think we will head out a bit here. That should do. Alright, so what I'm looking for is, I think we'll just try to find an area that we've not yet explored all that much. So, like, what if we go at Pylos Nebula? We've done precisely 0%. There is the save crashing ship, which is, I believe, Arrival, which is not something we're looking to do right now. That is something we're going to want to save, but there may be other things in this area that we've not yet seen at all, because, well, we have 0% explored. So let's see. Does it tell us where MSV Broken Arrow save crashing ship? Just verify. Is that, in fact, the one I'm thinking of? Is that Arrival? It feels like that's one that has gone by different names. Let's see. So Admiral Hackett asked Shepard to infiltrate a Batarian outpost and rescue Dr. Amanda Kenson. Kenson is a deep cover operative and scientist who claims to have found proof of an imminent Reaper invasion. Travel to the Batarian outpost on Ardathot, Bakat system, Viper Nebula. No, that's definitely something different. To break Dr. Amanda Kenson out of prison. Doesn't sound like that's where we are right now. It said Viper Nebula, a Hawk system, and we are currently not there. So, maybe we will check that out on a future occasion. But let's see. Other than that, I would kind of like for us. Well, I mean, I suppose let's maybe explore the other things here, or maybe this. Actually, I guess we don't know the name of this planet yet. That could be the planet in question. No, but it's still not going to be the Viper system. So, what is this? This is Jonas. Jonas, a methane ammonia ice giant, is being developed as a fuel depot serving the Pylos cluster. Eldfeld Ashland Energy has established a base on one of its moons to crack water ice into hydrogen and oxygen, and skim helium-3 from its atmosphere. Jonas is also believed to be an extrasolar planet captured by its star. From orbit, Normandy sensors can pick out a hand-painted sign some waggish employee left outside the complex. Last chance fuel for 100 light years. Oh. Wow. Okay, moderate resources. I mean, that's a decent little spike of palladium, but we should be fine there. There's currently at least one type of resource that we don't have enough to purchase all the upgrades on right now, but I mean, gotta be fine in the near future, I think, or probably going to be fine in the near future, I think, if we just continue to do more quests to pick up more loot that way, because we were so aggressive on our scanning early that maybe we'll need to do a tiny bit more near the end, but we'll see. Just might need to be a matter of a little bit more patience. Then we have Isail, or Isale. Isale is a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant. Though gas giants are known for their powerful magnetic fields, Isale's field is stronger than current models predict. Within the frost line of its solar system, where gas giants do not normally form, Isale is believed to have been extrasolar. So, once again, also extrasolar capture, originally from a different area. Let's see, moderate planet here as well, so again, not really expecting to see much of terrible interest. No anomalies to be scanned. And let's see, we are just 2/3 of the way done here. And I have to imagine that means the last thing is whatever this MSV Broken Arrow is, but I think we wait for that. So I want to just check a little bit more around here first. Because I don't remember what that mission is. Because we don't have anything in our quest log for it. And I don't want to do Arrival right now, as we were saying, because that is something we want to be saving. It's not in the same area that Arrival says that it is based in. That gives me a little bit of confidence that we wouldn't accidentally start that mission, but, I mean, you never really know, right? Let's see, then we have Dorada seems to be the closest, so maybe we go there. Okay. There are several other systems in this area, though. Let's see, then we have this area out here. It's Viressa. An orbital period nearly 2 millennia long. Takes a very long time for this planet to complete its orbit. The cold and distant Viressa was actually missed in the initial Asari survey of the system. Only follow-up mineral assay sent to Canalus by a Volus mining concern noticed its subtle movement across the stars. Viressa is a methane ammonia ice giant circled by a retinue of deep frozen moons. Its remoteness makes it a popular drive discharge point for pirates working in the Pylos Nebula cluster. In the last 2 years, several dozen ships have disappeared while passing through the Dorada system. As Pylos is currently unclaimed by any sovereign power, Council naval patrols are few and far between. Thus far, none of the pirates responsible have been apprehended. Okay, so it sounds like there's some illicit activities happening around here. This is a poor resource planet, so definitely not find anything of particular interest there. It is also anomalyless, so no reason to check it for that stuff either. This ringed planet next. It's Cineus, a standard hydrogen-helium gas giant. Cineus has more than 80 moons. But it is also poor when it comes to resources. Seems as though, for whatever reason, perhaps lots of these planets have been stripped of their resources, despite it being not really controlled by any council races. See, then we've got this one, Geth. Geth is a common hydrogen-helium gas giant. An abundance of sulfur in the upper atmosphere gives it a distinct yellow stripe. moderate, so okay, getting slightly better now. But still, no anomalies and not about to go crazy, probing moderate resource planets. See, next we've got this spot.
Anomaly detected.
Oh, an anomaly detected. Alright. Canalus. Canalus is smaller than Earth, but has unusually high density. High level of tectonic activity indicates that the density is caused by an abundance of radioactive materials at its core. Ooh. These, combined with the planet's unusually high rate of spin, cause the planet's internal temperature and cause volcanism. While several companies performed mineral assays in the late 2170s, the world's geological instability precluded development, and that would be about 10 to 20 years ago in that case, or 10 to like 15 years ago. So, okay, it is, whoa, maybe similar to Earth in terms of size, slightly smaller, but 99 degrees Celsius, it's a little bit hot. Okay, there is an anomaly here, and it is also a rich planet, but let's check out what we have here. Sounds like robotic, sounds like Geth.
Probe away. Something on our sensors.
Let's see, anomaly detected. Sensors detecting anomalous weather patterns on the planet's surface. Geth activity detected. Recommend extreme caution. Ooh, okay. Okay, so it sounds like this will give us a mission here. Let's leave orbit for the moment. Let's just scan the rest of these planets in the system, but it sounds like we're going to want to go there shortly. And there is more on that mission there. Investigate Geth activity. That we probably shall do. Let's just take a minute here to see what else is going on in the area. So we have Venusi. Venusi is a small, barren rock. Though there is evidence that it once had an atmosphere of carbon dioxide, only trace amounts of krypton and xenon remain. Like Cyano, it is tidally locked to Dorada. It is rich in resources. So yeah, if we wanted more palladium, for example, might not be a terrible place to get that, but not sure that we need to be doing that at the moment. I think platinum and palladium were the things that we're a little bit low on at the moment. There were some upgrades that we could not yet afford, but like that's, I think, a little bit, that's either the same one or slightly better than what we were looking at before. But yeah, it's actually not even that good, even for a high planet, it seems. Let's see, so then we've got this spot here, Cyano. Cyano, named for an ancient Asari philosopher known for being a contrarian, orbits Dorada at a retrograde. It is believed to be an object that fell into the system millions of years ago from parts unknown. The outermost of Dorada's two inner asteroid belts is thought to have been a small planetoid that was broken up by Cyano's passage into the system. Cyano is formed of low-density rock and is tidally locked to Dorada. The same hemisphere always faces the star. There is evidence that a complex of artificial structures once existed in the north of the sunward-facing hemisphere. They have been badly degraded by millennia of heat and radiation. Several bunkers of radioactive waste, apparently byproducts of primitive fission plants, have been discovered on the far side. That would suggest that certainly there was some kind of life over here once upon a time, but has since been overrun. All the radiation. Thought I saw, yeah. Ezo, actually pretty decent source of Ezo. Remember, Ezo usually does not come in as large quantities as other resources, but that's pretty high up there as Ezo goes. Another source of it here. Is it the same one? I think that's a slightly different spot. But again, not really looking to purchase things, or not really looking to probe for things right now. That's a decent sort of platinum. But, you know, unless we find that, that's a pretty solid source of iridium as well. But unless we find that we are in desperate need late on, you know, if we're about to go to our last mission and we have not yet gotten all the upgrades that we want to get, then maybe then we'll jump over to scan a planet or two to load up on just enough resources to do that. But let's see, that's the last of the planets in the system. Nolus is the one that has that disable Geth device quest. But before we do that, let's just first take a look at our quest log for that. One that we just picked up. So N7, anomalous weather detected. Anomalous weather patterns on planet Conolus, Dorada system, Pylos Nebula, seem connected to Geth activity on the planet's surface. Investigate Geth activity on planet Conolus. That's really all there is to it, all we know at the moment, so I suppose we'll go for it in that case. Let's save, just because it's been a little while. And let's do it. We'll head here to Conolus. And when it comes to selecting our team here, so remember, we heard that we are expecting to encounter Geth. So that, of course, means we want to be focusing on people who are good against shields and synthetics. And so when it comes to synthetics, that is definitely Tally's specialty, because she has AI hacking, and the drone is just useful all around for distracting enemies, but mostly the AI hacking, I think, could be quite useful. And we haven't had many opportunities to use Tally thus far, so I think this could be a good opportunity to do just that. So that's great. So she is good against synthetics specifically, doesn't actually have much in the way of specific shield skills. So that means I think we want our second character to be someone who specializes in taking down shields. So originally, that was Zaid's job. We took disruptor ammo on him as quickly as possible. So that certainly could be what we go with here, although we did use him a lot early on. And let's see, what would our alternatives be? Sumi does have overload, so that could work well, but we used her a ton as well. Same with Miranda, and we were using her recently. So, you know, I think, although it would be kind of nice to get the chance to try out her slam ability, we'll probably have plenty of time to do that, because Miranda, if anything, is someone that we need to make excuses not to bring with us. So, I think for that reason, let's see, I mean, otherwise, Jacob, no, doesn't really have anything shield related, nor does Thane, nor does Jack, nor does Grunt, nor does Morden, nor does Samara, and that means that would leave us with Garrus, because he also has overload, in fact, has it all the way upgraded up to area overload, so I think he might be a decent option for us here, and that'd be kind of cool to get the chance to bring back a ME1 squad of Tally plus Garrus. I think we've done it at least once before, maybe just when we were exploring around on the Citadel or other hub worlds, but I think there's certainly reason to go for this here. Okay, so we did pick up 1 point for Shepard, but as we were saying, we don't really want to be spending this point on cryo ammo, so I think we're just going to wait until we can get this fully upgraded, or get this for the next upgrade for Pole. And for Garrus, it's been a little while. So we can either spend all these points in concussive shot, which would increase the force and the damage a little bit. Still not much of a direct damage skill as much as it's a little bit of crowd control. And the thing is, you don't really need the extra force for that crowd control to work. It's basically gonna knock down any basic enemies, so I think we just save this, and then once we do finish Garrus's loyalty mission, we can unlock the armor-piercing ammo ability, and then we'll probably just put whatever points he has at the time into this armor-piercing ammo, because, yeah, I think the additional value out of further levels in concussive shot is very, very limited. So we'll just hold on to these points for now. As for Tally, we have 7 points on her, so we have lots of stuff we can do with her. So the thing with her that makes this a little bit tricky is, somewhat like Garrus, she also has a very strong, not leader ability, but loyalty ability with energy drain. So the question is, do we want to do anything with her abilities now, or do we want to try to save her points much like we are doing with Garrus, so that we can just load up on as many points in energy drain as possible as soon as that does become available to us? So that's tempting. That is tempting. We might want to go that route. Let's see. Hacking. Machinist. I think we might want to go that route because energy drain is a really strong skill. So, it's a little bit unfortunate we don't get the chance to throw more points in, so we could fully upgrade AI hacking right now if we wanted to. But, I mean, let's see. We get up to... At level 3, we are giving an additional 350 shields to whatever enemy she does hack, at least while it is being hacked, so that means that it's more than just a temporary distraction. It might actually be strong enough, the enemy that we hack, to take out some of the opposing characters, so that could be useful. That could be useful. And then we have a fully upgraded drone as well, so that can explode on people, so yeah, sure, we'll go for it. We'll go for it. Then for our weapons here. So, one thing that is worth noting for this mission is that, well, it's a little bit tricky to see. So snipers are tough, but fortunately, we do not have snipers, for Shepard at least. Garrus does, but fortunately, that doesn't really matter all that much for our squad mates, because our squad mates don't really care about those types of things. So they'll still Garrus is, you know, he's got the accuracy. He can still shoot people even when things are rather difficult to see. So I think he'll be fine. Then yeah, I think we'll keep him on the Vindicator as well. Let's see. Tally. Yeah, and then I think similar to what we were saying previously with Jack, where we were a little bit uncertain as to whether we wanted to have our shotgun using squad mates using the Geth plasma shotgun or the scimitar, because scimitar doesn't require that you charge it up. It's probably not as good in our hands, because when we're using the Geth plasma shotgun, we will charge it up, but for our teammates, they are perhaps not smart enough to do that. So I think it may be better to go with the scimitar on her, and then for Carnifex, I mean, that's probably still best in slot for the heavy pistol, so I think we go with this. I think we do. Ooh, okay, and that is a very dramatic shot of the Geth, okay. Alright, let's see. So, yeah, see, here's the thing. We can see basically nothing. Basically nothing. As you can tell, like, I can't even tell you how far ahead of us we can and cannot see, because it happens very quickly. So let's save here, now that we are on this new planet. Let's take a look at our journal. If we get anything new now that we've landed here. Geth seem to be protecting a large device that could be responsible for the rapidly changing climate patterns on planet Connolus. Destroying the device should set back the Geth's experiments. I mean, do we know that the Geth experiments are something bad? Disable the Geth climate-changing device. Okay. Sounds simple enough, but given the circumstances in which we find ourselves right now, it's perhaps not quite that straightforward. So, alright. That doesn't look good. Before we progress any further, let's make a point, because I think we are the only ones that have an ammo power on. Yeah. Let's make a point of activating that for everyone on all of our weapons. And we'll switch you guys around. We should switch too. So incendiary ammo is not particularly good against Geth, because it's most effective against armor and synthetics, or rather, armor and organics with health. And obviously, Geth as synthetics, they don't burn. So, in that way, you know, the shields is not great against those. Once we do get rid of those shields, their metal plating doesn't really get burnt. So, I mean, I think it still gives us some extra damage, but it's not going to be that much of an improvement. I think it's still better than nothing, though. So, we've got that at least. As for what weapons we want people on, I think we'll tally on the scimitar. Close range stuff. We'll have Garrus be our sniper, and then we'll go the either Geth plasma shotgun, use the Geth's own weapon against them, maybe, or the Matic, one of those two. Because the thing is, when we can't see anything like this, I mean, it's gonna be hard to know when the Geth are coming for us. Or we have refined palladium. Gives us 100 palladium. It's this little stone right here. So, given the small quantity of palladium from that, I've already gotten lost. Okay, there's our ship. Okay, just stay oriented here. Given the small quantity of palladium from that, I imagine we may see more where that one came from. Let's see, this makes me suspicious. This cover here. I hear what sounds like combat music, but I don't yet see any enemies on our radar. Certainly don't see any directly in front of us. So that's the thing, is although we can't see very well in front of us, our squad mates fortunately still can. So that's why Garrus on a sniper, for example, is kind of nice. So if there are enemies that are way off in the distance, trying to take pot shots at us, then that is one way in which Garrus can certainly help us out, trying to take out those enemies before they get the chance to deal too much damage to us. So I like that. Let's see. So then, other than that, got a little probe there. Let's see. Oh, I'm seeing enemies now. Well, we can seemingly go up this way. Okay. Some more of this palladium. There's one of them here. Anything else in the area? Oh, there's some here. Okay. Grab that. And grab this while we're at it. Nice. Yeah, I can't really tell if that enemy is getting any closer to us. Sort of hard to tell. And this just loops us back around by where we started, so, I mean, that's fine. Got some more palladium. That's good. Where is this enemy? Just trying to stay in cover to the extent possible. Like, are they actually actively moving in on us is what I really want to know. Are they trying to sneak up on us, or are they just chilling there?
I'll get there.
Hard to tell at the moment. Yeah, Tally, why don't you just hang out back? Ideally behind that cover, except the angle is such that I can't really tell you to do that.
Moving to cover.
And also, Garrus doesn't really want to take cover here. Are they moving in? Could we actually be hunkering here? Can't tell. If they are moving in, then they are not moving in very quickly.
We've been...
Okay, they found us now. Alright, so it's a trooper, apparently. And another trooper. Fortunately, the area overload, which can hit both of them fairly hard. Let's hack one of them. Or even, no, I think generally what you want to do is you want to hack the one that's in the back. That can cause all the other ones to turn and attack them. Okay, other thing that can be kind of helpful here is you can sort of see, I mean, obviously if we pause to aim and what have you, then we can spot them that way. So we've got trooper, 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 trooper. Looks like 4 of them, perhaps. But these blue lights you can vaguely see in the distance is another way of telling you, okay, that's basically the little head lantern that some of the Geth have. Also, Tally, did you actually hack that guy? Because it does seem like your AI hacking did not trigger. Okay, so now that we are in cover, as you're saying, Garrus could still be able to shoot, and he has a sniper. We should be able to shoot from range fairly effectively. Garrus, if you could, like, actually take cover, though?
Heading to cover.
Did you get rid of them all? I think you might have. And that's why we brought Garrus. Still seeing, yep, more blue lights over there. Got trooper, trooper. Let's have Garrus overloaded it. Oh, that hit the cover right in front of us, didn't it? Okay, we can't hack them when they have the shields. That is one potential issue. We could spawn a drone over there to distract them a bit. Okay, I think it just exploded on that guy. He's almost down. Let's overload you. Again, just needed to be a little more out of the cover. Okay, let's see. Like, Reeve also does not work against synthetics when they have just health. So we are not great against Geth. So we are relying pretty heavily on our teammates here. Let's see. And, of course, fired up a shot like that. And have Garrus continue to take pot shots at them. I'm not sure the Tally is going to be doing too much from this range. Is that a hacked enemy? I think it is, given how it has the blue little aura around it. Maybe? Not sure about that. I'm going to pull you.
There we go.
Although you're dead. I think there's still one more enemy over there. Still see the blue light. Oh, it's a hunter. Okay, so they can cloak. So that is not a pleasant sight. I'm not sure if this is going to hit.
I'll light him up.
It did not hit him. That might have hit them. It did, apparently. Hold on. Get overload back in a second. Are they both hunters? They appear to both be hunters.
Fire in the hole.
That didn't hit them? Don't believe you. Okay, now one of the hunters has no shields. Let's try to hack it. And see if we can get them to fight each other. Because that would be lovely. If not, then we'll try to mess with this hunter. I can't tell if he's advancing or not. I also don't actually remember if we can hack multiple people simultaneously. That may not be possible. I'm not sure what happened to the first hunter that we hacked. Presumably it was that guy. Oh, we tried it. I'm pretty sure they're attacking each other now. Yeah, they definitely are. Not sure if this was the one we hacked, but we'll try again. Just have them do the dirty work for us. Nothing to see here. I think they both took each other out. Somehow. Oh, okay, well, now one of the hunters may be moving in.
Never saw me come.
Let's get rid of it with that overload. Okay, let's see here. Before we progress too much farther, okay, that's where Garrus is. I want to see if there might be other things for us to loot. I think this is where we went up previously for the additional palladium. So that's the other side. It is, of course, quite hard to see. I think this is where we saw the first round as well. But it's actually not that big of an area. But there are some things that sort of double back on themselves. Ooh, hello, I wanted to take cover. Barrier's back. Hop out. Got a trooper who's actually been damaged quite a bit. I don't know if that's from the knee-jerk shockwave that I accidentally put out, but maybe we can hack you. You know, fight each other at least a little bit. Just trying to explore to see if there's any more palladium in question. We might want to bring our squad mates in closer to us soon, because as we were saying, we can't do much, at least from a weapon standpoint. I mean, we can kind of shoot blindly in there. Hack you. Let's try to. We can get barriers back. Are they moving in on us at all? I don't think they are, fortunately. I mean, if we run into more hunters, then I imagine they probably will, but let's poke our heads out enough that this overload will actually hit. We could even charge this up, poke our head out, do that. And that, I think, obliterated 2 of them. There is still one over there. Oh, he's almost dead. That might have been enough to take him out. But there's another one where that came from. Hack you, although I'm not sure if that's going to do much. There, in theory, is another one over there somewhere. One of them is dead. Ooh, not quite enough. Bronya? Oh, is that another soldier? I think that is another trooper. I don't think they spawn infinitely here, but it does kind of feel like we're getting something like that happening.
Scoped and dropped.
Alright, still one more here, it seems. Ow. Okay, we've got a trooper. Why don't we... Well, we'd like to overload you when we get the chance. We've been overloaded. You appear to be the only enemy here. Could pull you, what's worth. At least briefly incapacitate you. And then, well, I mean, I suppose there isn't too much to do to you when you are incapacitated, because we don't really have the team to set up combos for that stuff. Wait for Garrus's overload to come back. Another one I'm hearing spawning in there? It is. You are not dead yet. You have 1 HP. You are no more. There you are. Also a basic trooper. Okay. We could try hacking you, but I don't think that's going to do too much.
Combat drones ready.
Let's see. While you are distracted. Oh, well, you were not distracted for very long, I'm afraid. That had to take you out, right? Yeah. Okay, let's bring our teammates onto us.
Right.
Okay, combat music seems to have ended. Let's save, and then maybe take a second here. Do what I was originally trying to do and just take another look for other sources of loot. So I think it's primarily going to be that palladium. Again, doesn't seem like... Well, it does seem like we covered a lot of ground, but that's actually where we were checking before, so... I've seen this stuff. Ooh, well, this does perhaps appear to be our device. Let's see, before we get over there, if there's anything else we can nab. It does seem there's a whole area over here. Oh, I saw something light up for a second. Perhaps? Perhaps not? Does seem odd. There'd be a whole area here without anything of note. Maybe down here? Here we go. Okay. At 200 palladium there. Any more over here? No. What about... That was one side. It seemed as though perhaps a whole lot of ammo. Might be something over this side. No? Oh, I thought that was a dead body for a second. Let's see. Oh. Palladium here. More palladium there. Just expecting to run into additional Geth. Okay. We go. Seems like there might be another pathway here, or is that the place we were just in? And obviously, traversing this area, rather confusing. And there is, as we've already seen, a lot of loot to be had. I mean, it's not large quantities, it's just they're in small chunks in a number of different places. Like, here we go. So for that reason, it is very easy to miss at least a little bit here and there. Would it be catastrophic if we miss some? No, probably not. But it is easy to miss. So then we have a fork here. We can go left, we can go right. There is palladium to the left. Maybe palladium to the right as well. Also, I'm hearing combat music again. Do I see Geth on our radar? Not at the moment. Oh, except our radar is jammed. So that definitely suggests there are some more Geth. They're further in that direction, it seems. Is that the... It's the place where we had the fork? Or am I going way back now? I'm going way back now? Pretty sure I went way back. Yeah, let's see. We had that area which had palladium at one point. We wanted to go right. Was this that had the sort of one slightly elevated part, one less elevated part? Not at the part where we're getting jammed yet. This was the gap. Okay. I think been fairly thorough with our palladium pickups here, and just in time. Get hit by some Geth. And this seems like a horrendously awful spot where we are just getting cornered. And by cornered, I mean flanked. So why don't we engage from the other angle, perhaps? Did Tally just die? She did, yeah. So that's fantastic. And by fantastic, I mean that's terrible. Garrus can see some of them, whereas we cannot.
I'm on it.
And we've got a destroyer.
Fire in the hole.
Oh, we missed. Okay, it's down to health. Which, unfortunately, means that we actually don't have much we can do to it, not without Tally. And we might want to try to see if we can do this without having to use a metagel on her. Right, disabled it temporarily there. Garrus can still deal extra damage to synthetics with his overload. But we should get a load. So destroyers have
That one
flamethrowers.
hit.
And we can overload the flamethrowers to make the destroyers explode. But I very much want to do that as soon as Garrus is off cooldown. We need to get rid of its shields before we can do that.
Snipe that one.
There we go. That should do the trick. I think we might have hit enemies there. So again, I'm just using, even in the cases where people are too far away for us to actually be able to see them, I'm using the little lights as signs, indications that that's a target that we might want to hit. Can pull for crowd control, whatever that's worth. Obviously, it doesn't directly deal damage. Garrus, I really just want you to actually be in cover.
Grabbing cover.
Thank you. So I think the destroyer might have been the biggest enemy here, but we did see our radar is still jammed. That's not a good sign. We did see some hunters earlier. It does make me a little nervous because the hunters, remember, can cloak. They can definitely sneak up on us. And that would be bad. Because they have close range shotguns. Okay, I'm mostly going off sound effects to gauge as to whether we actually hit something. That's a trooper. That's a hunter. Okay. So that's not good. I really wish we could see that again. That was a mid. They're also very fast. You really want to overload your shields.
Fire.
No, I was too far in cover. Once you disable their shields, I don't believe they can cloak anymore. Stop zigzagging. Thank you. Yes, I know Tally is down. We are also starting to run low on ammo for us. We can retreat a little bit if needed. We did see there were a lot of places that had ammo previously. And the Overlord can still deal decent damage even when they do not have shields anymore because it does extra damage to synthetics. That under dead? Not sure. We are out of ammo on our shotgun. Means probably Matic next in terms of most effective weapon at range, but it is not really supposed to be a shield weapon. Cut back down. It also is very bad at ammo. Oh, Garrus, don't hit the wall in front of you. Okay, that's one more down. Our radar is still jammed, which does kind of sort of suggest we've got some kind of big enemy remaining here. I think I'm going to fall back a bit just to see if we can pick up any more of that ammo somewhere. That's just a flare, not ammo. Don't mind us, Garrus. We'll be back in a minute. This is what I'm looking for. Conveniently, there is approximately 1 metric ton of ammo over there. Alright, Garrus fell back with us. I mean, sure. This is the spot where we were. We're still jammed. Can, in theory, switch back to shotgun, though. There's Tally. He's down, and okay, that looks like an enemy. See the light?
Light 'em up.
I'm just barely being too much to cover. Show yourself.
Knock that one.
Okay, Garrus, once again, if you could, like, actually
Going
gain
to
cover,
ground.
though. Thank you. Ooh, okay. Talia's returned. Let's save. That would perhaps suggest that we've taken them all out. I hesitate to say that definitively, because, of course, we still can't really see them. So, here's another spot with ammo. Oh. That looks like the thing in question. I kind of thought it was more this direction, but perhaps not. Well, I mean, that's the wall, and that's where we came from, so... Alright, fair enough. Let's see. Anything along this side? It's just the other angle we could approach from. We already got this? Okay. So I think we're good here. I think we do carry on. The last minute surprises you got for us, Geth? Eh? Let's get the device over there. There is some more palladium. Grab that. See if there's anything else in the area before we access that device. But I think that may be all. Again, who knows? Who knows if we've gotten all the palladium? I'd like to believe we were fairly thorough, and so I hope we got most of it, but who could say if we actually got all of it? Fingers crossed, but let's do it.
This looks interesting.
Alright, so mission complete. We've recovered the Geth climate change technology. We gained 125 experience. We also gained damage protection upgrade. So this was not something that we found during the mission itself. It's something that you automatically receive after you finish it. And it is one reason for making a point of going to this mission as quickly as possible. It's something that we could have tried to have sought out a little bit earlier. Of course, it's on an uncharted world, so you don't know about it until you scan the planet that it's on. So use the research computer in the Normandy's lab to build this upgrade. Shield upgrade, squad bonus of 60% to shields, barriers, and armor. This comprehensive systems upgrade offers improved protection for all squad members, regardless of team members' individual defensive strategies. So, of course, we're big fans of any defensive upgrade like that. Universally helpful, and get a little bit of credits as well. And the palladium rounds up to 2,000. That would lead me to believe that perhaps we did get all of it, so awesome.